Now, the same applies to passengers. As Usber announced, it will ban riders whose ratings fall below a certain number. Long sentences break up into clauses. Every clause begins with a conjunction, and there must be a verb in every clause: applies, announced, banned, for. The complement is two passengers, so it's a prepositional verb, 5e. Announced has no object, so it's intransitive, 5b. Riders is a noun, so the object is 5a. Below is a preposition. Certain is adjective, delete. Below a number. Prepositional phrase, 5e. Now, some experts argue that it will ban riders is a big fat noun clause which is the object of announced. The third clause is the object of the second clause. Rachel and Phil discuss why people get low ratings, whether it is reasonable to remove users, and how banning certain riders helps drivers. Long sentence is easier if broken up into clauses. Every clause begins with a conjunction: why, whether, and. Every clause has a verb: discuss, get, is, helps. The conjunctions are between verbs. Conjunction is between verbs. Why is between discuss, get. Whether between get, is. And between is, helps. Discuss is intransitive, no object, 5b. All low is adjective, delete. Get ratings, ratings object, 5a. Delete infinitive phrases. To remove users, delete the phrase. Its subject is verb. Reasonable is adjective, 5d. Delete adjective, certain. Banning riders is the subject. Banning is a noun. Banning riders is subject, phrase. Helps is the verb. Drivers is a noun. It's 5a. What is how? How is an adverb. Delete adverbs. And Uber says it will give riders warnings as well as opportunities to change their behaviour before resorting to banning them. Long sentences much easier after break into clauses. And Uber says that. It's very common in English to skip or miss the conjunction. Uber says that, that it will give riders warnings. Says is verb, give is verb, that is a conjunction between verbs, as well as opportunities to change their behaviour, no verb. Before resorting to, banning them, no verb. So before is not a conjunction, there's no verb, as well as is not a verb, it's not conjunction, because there are no verbs. The only verbs, says, give, only one conjunction, that. Delete infinitive phrase to change their behaviour. Delete ing verbs. Resorting, ing, resorting to, banning them. Delete the whole phrase, resorting to, banning them. They are nouns. Before is preposition. Every preposition must have a noun. Delete. Opportunities is noun, as well as is a 3-word preposition. Delete. We have 2 nouns here, riders, warnings. The verb is give. This style is very common in English. The real meaning is that it will give warnings to riders. To is preposition. Delete prepositional phrase. Delete riders. Uber says 5b, intransitive, it will give warnings. Warnings is a noun. It's 5a. Some experts will argue the second clause is a big fat object, a noun clause, and says is transitive verb, not intransitive. Warned users will see tips like, do not leave trash in the car, please be kind to your driver, and do not make illegal or burdensome demands on your driver. Like is a conjunction. It's used as a conjunction. The verb leave, see, conjunction is between. Now, you could say please is the beginning of a new sentence, so period. However, it's really a list. So this comma actually is used as a conjunction between the verb be and leave. Yes, punctuation, comma, is used as conjunction. And is a conjunction between be and make. The object is noun, 5a, tips. In the car. In is preposition. Delete prepositional phrase. Delete adverb. Not. Do leave trash. Trash is noun. 5a. To is preposition. To your driver. Delete prepositional phrase. Be kind. Kind is adjective. 5d. And conjunction. Delete adverb. Not. Delete adjective. Illegal or burdensome. Delete prepositional phrase. On your driver. Do make demands. Demands is noun. 5a. But speaking of harsh, Uber said banned users would also lose access to Uber Eats and other Uber services, and banning would be for life. Long sentence, break up into clauses. There's no verb. Be speaking of harsh. Delete ing phrases. So you have to delete speaking of harsh, but is just a connective. It connects idea from previous sentence or paragraph, but it has no grammar function. Delete. Uber said intransitive,